La lengua de los haitianos es muy mala de comprender. Al agua le dicen gloria, a la candela dice Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo, ay Candelo. Yo anduve todito Haití buscando un condenado que dijera bacalao, solo decía la mujer Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo, ay Candelo, ay Candelo. Enciendo peca salao, me dicen pues don Salé, como van a un bucané, le dice al plátano asado, y el arroz que está graneado, le dicen digigreñe, Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo. Bon ya le dicen adiós y a los molondrones gomó, y a los jefes de judú le llaman papa boco, Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo. La société, bonsoir, bonsoir. Côté bonsoir, côté tapia, pujale zumbinantet.
Dice el caballo que a donde te ron y el pañuelo, pa' llamar Candelo se dice.
A un belier, a un toné, côté bonsoir, côté tapia, côté pampulancé, balón de cementerio, Belia Berquén. La société, bonsoir, bonsoir. A un leoncín, a un belier, Belia Berquén, hey, putoné de 10, côté bonsoir, fumo et dansé.
Good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, and good night if it's night. And a big hearty salam alaikum to each and every one of you that's listening to us live, or of course will be listening to us in archives. Well guys, this is It's 12 o'clock somewhere, and I'm your host, Candelo Kimbisa, and I'm so happy to be here. I gotta tell you that it's been pretty busy in and around the Munaso as always. Those of you who have not seen me on my normal prowls of the internet and doing these things here, I've been extremely busy. Taking things like writing my book that I plan to publish at the end of the year, making rooms and adjustments and sites for the next Conjure Galas, getting in touch with old friends, and doing the things that need to be done. As a matter of fact, I just got something in the mail that I was looking forward to getting. I've already had one, actually. And for some reason, I had lost the numbers. So now I have the numbers again that were needed to get this program running on my computer. Well, guys, today I really don't have too much to say. But, hey, let's just play a little bit of music and let's see who shows up.
What you come out here for? When you're having fun, the time just slips away. So let's make use of the moments that we share. Let's act like we don't care. You hear me? Free like a bird in the air. Come on, people! Get up, get down, get funky, get loose. All right, get up, get down, get funky, get loose. Said what you come out here for? What you come out here for? Do you wanna party? Yeah. Do you wanna dance? Yeah. Do you wanna party? Come on and get down, 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 down. Get down, get funky, get loose. All right, get up, get down, get funky, get loose. Come on, get up, get down, get funky, get loose. Get up, get down, get funky, get loose. Yeah, yeah. Come on, people. Yeah. Get up, come on, get down. Come on, get up. Come on, get down. Let the music feel like fire.
course, that was Teddy Pendergrass with Get Up, Get Down, Get Funky, Get Loose. I gotta tell you, today's stolen quote of the day says your truest friends are the ones who stand by you in the darkest moments because they are willing to brave the shadows with you. And in your greatest moments, because they're not afraid to let you shine. Well, guys, today, I gotta tell you, there's a certain video going around online and on my social media post of a so-called spiritual coronation. A spiritual coronation with Orisha music being played in the background, and with what seems to be an Orisha placed on a person's head. Again, I am not one to condone or speak illy about this particular practice, because I have, in my almost 30 years of practicing one spirituality or another, and the main one being espiritismo, spiritualism, I have never seen such a ritual performed. I have not seen it. And just because I have not seen it does not mean that this does not exist on some spiritual plane or another. But let me tell you, no spiritual coordination that I've ever seen has partaken in any Orisha music or any Orisha placed on someone's head. We in the diaspora know that people have mismatched and put things together and came up sometimes with brand new spiritualities or religions. But I always ask people to look at things as they are. Ask questions before you're placed in such scenarios or problems. I have yet to see an Orisha spiritually placed on someone's head. I have yet to see that connection done unless it was through real initiation. Yes, the sitting on the mat, the 7 days up under the throne, and so on and so forth. Again, my warning, my sincere belief is that people should have due diligence and study these things before they go into them. Lord knows what they were doing in that particular video, and why would someone post it? Rituals are meant to be sacred, are meant to be for the initiate and the initiators, not for the world. I've also seen people that like to put their work up online. Every little spiritual work they do. A couple of years it was the trend that people would put hexes or so-called hexes online. But now it seems to be like, see what I can do. Let me show you my beautiful handiwork. Let me show you how I do this or how I do that. And that takes away from the person's spiritual work. It takes away from the spiritual power. It takes away from everything. Because one, you have 3,000 people copying it. Two, as we all know, everyone has naysayers. I have gotten tons of pictures of so-called supposed work in my inbox. And I just tend to stay away from it. The latest one was maybe sometime in the middle of last year when someone showed me some type of cursing work that someone was supposed to be doing. And I aptly said that it looked like a taco to me. So the person got upset and started, telling me if I knew what real spiritual work was, I would not be making fun of it, blah, 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 blah. My response was, if you knew what spiritual work was, you would not be posting it. You would not be putting out there looking for validation for a whole bunch of people that will never validate you. Even in the spiritual community, There are draggers. There are people that will drag your ass. Don't you think that this is all love and conjure? If it was, they'd make a show about it. We can't barely get along with ourselves. How are we going to get along with other people? How is someone going to get along with you? Think before you act. If your so-called work is so beautiful and you're so proud of it, take a mental picture of it. Do not place it online. It has no place there. Do you know anything about patient and doctor's confidentiality, where you're supposed to be able to say anything to your doctor without it getting able to get said to the world or placed out to the world, or be able to speak to your lawyer without him making a post on Facebook about it? Let's talk about that. Someone has paid you their hard-earned money so that you may do some so-called work for them. And you replay the person back by posting a picture of it on Facebook. Where is it? You replay the person back who has sweated, who has put their whole trust in you. Now, you've decided to take a pretty picture of it and put it on Facebook. Look what I'm doing. Now, do you think that work has any validity? Do you think that work will go anywhere? Except for the mountain of likes or dislikes that it'll get? Except for the bunch of naysayers that say, what the fuck are you doing? Then in a little while, you got the damn client calling you back saying, hey, why didn't my shit don't work? What happened? See, for all right intention, it might have been done right. You might have put in all the good ingredients. You might have spoken to the right spirit. You might have petitioned the right God. But once you place that on social media, once you show the world your so-called good deed, everything went to shit. Think about it. I'm Candelo Kimbisa, and this is 12 o'clock somewhere. I'll be right back. That was Ilu Aye with Latinosa. Man, I gotta tell you, yesterday I was going through Netflix while trying to put some computer programs on, which I'm going to be doing right after the show also. And I ran up on a movie called Daughters of the Dust, set up in, I believe, in Georgia. If it's not Georgia, it's South Carolina. It has to do with the Geechee Nation, a group of Geechee sisters, and a whole bunch of magical stuff going on in the movie. And I don't want to give away the plot. I don't want to speak about it. I just want to tell you guys, if you haven't seen the movie, to check it out on Netflix. I actually liked the movie. I was wondering, why was it that I hadn't seen the movie until now? Because the movie came out in the 90s. And I remembered to myself, oh shit, you couldn't see the movie because it debuted when you were in prison. So I said, okay. So I actually liked the movie. Hopefully you guys will check it out and see it and give me your input on it. Tell me what you thought about it. I really got an enjoyment out of this movie to see that people were talking about Ogun, having songs about Shango, speaking about ancestors freely. The grandmother, the patriarch in the movie was very, very, very bold about remembering her ancestors. And I ask all of you to go ahead and check out that movie, Daughters of the Dust. I saw it on Netflix. So I would advise all of you to check that movie out. Maybe learn a little bit more about history. But one thing that got me in the movie was, the thing about the clash between Christianity and the ATRs, or the DTRs, diasporic traditional religions. And it's still a big thing. Now, I see people on and offline saying how they cannot fathom, or they cannot see how they could put any Christian things on their ancestors' altars. We, as humans, and as spiritual beings walking around in flesh and bone, have to take our egos out of the equation when we think about the spirits that walk with us. My grandmother, although a very spiritual and Christian woman, was just that, a Christian woman. That's what she believed in. Those are the passages she whispers in my ear. Who am I as a mere human to try to take that away from her, now that she is in the spirit? She sees what I do now as a different thing than she would have seen it when she was alive, because I use this as a form of communication with her, my spirituality. But who am I to say with my human thought on what she wants on her spiritual altar? If she wants her Bible put to a certain passage, if she wants a cup of coffee, if she wants a piece of pork, which happened to be one of her favorite foods. We have to take away the human equivalent of thought and take our ancestors for what they were, mere humans. Now that they are in spirit, you're going to try to take away those things from them? No wonder you have a whole bunch of angry spirits around you. I am Candelo Kimbisa. This is It's 12 o'clock somewhere. I hope you're enjoying yourself, because I surely am.
Hey mama, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama.
guaguancó. Dile que no es un desprecio, pues vive en mi corazón. Mi vida es tan solo eso, rumba buena y guaguancó. Mamá, mamá. Azúcar. Si quiere gozar, si quiere bailar, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbamba. Ahí lo baila María y también Joseito, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbajito. Quimbara, 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 mi cuba, cumba, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbamba. Quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbara, cumbara, 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 cumba, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbamba. Ahí lo baila Teresa también Joseito y quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbajito, quimbara, cumbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbamba. Ay, quimbara, 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 mi chupa, cumba, quimbara, mi chupa, cumba, quimbara, 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 quimbamba. Ajá. Vámonos para allá. Hey. Ja. Ay, Dios mío. Qué lío. Ahí lo baila Teresa y lo baila Juanito, y quimbara, cumbara, cumba, quimbajito, bajito, 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 bamba.
That was Celia Cruz with her hit, one of her many hits actually, Kimbara. Well, today's story comes from spirituwlshortstories.com. It's called The King and a Scholar in Delusion. There once was a court scholar who was very intelligent, and although well versed in scriptures, he did not lead his life according to the teachings of his holy text. However, because of his intelligence and experience, the king took his advice on all occasions. Under the patronage of the king, the scholar lived happily with his wife and their only child. The son, however, hardly stayed home. He came there only for his meals and spent most of his time in the company of holy men who lived in the nearby forest. The scholar was so busy trying to please the king, he had no time to inquire about his son's whereabouts. Influenced by the holy men, the son was drawn towards God. And now he spent most of his time thinking about God. One day the king called the scholar and gave him a very strict order. He said to the scholar, had attained salvation when he heard about I can't pronounce the name, sorry. It took him only 7 days. I'm giving you a month's time to free me from the bondage so that I can attain salvation. If you do not do that, I shall forfeit your wealth and sentence you to death. The order left the scholar extremely worried that he could now neither eat, sleep, with attention increased day by day. Then one day he had a chance. By chance, the family sat together for a meal. Usually the son would have his meal separately and hardly met with his father. One day he noticed that the father was looking at him very depressed, so he asked for the reason. The scholar was reluctant to give a reply because he took his son to be good for nothing. The mother, however, told him the whole problem. The son was not perturbed at all and told his family calmly, "Father, do not worry. Ask the king to accept me as his guru, to follow my instructions word by word." The father thought the son perhaps was thinking of some trick to save him, so he went to the king and told him about his son's proposal. The king agreed. The next day the scholar went to the court with his son. Eager to be free from the bondage, the king received the scholar's sons and his guru and sat at his feet, waiting for instructions. The court was crowded and all eyes were on the king and his guru. To the surprise of all, the scholar's son asked the king to bring a very strong rope. The scholar became agitated, wondering what foolishness his good-for-nothing son was up to. He was afraid. He thought his son would tie up someone with the rope. Suppose he tied up the king himself. Just as the son gave the order, tie up the king and bind him to the pillar. The king agreed to be tied up and bound. So he was tied up and bound to the pillar. Next, the son ordered his father to be tied up and bound to another pillar. So the scholar too was tied and bound. Now the scholar became very angry with his son and cursing at him under his breath and planning all sorts of severe punishment to be instructed to his son. So his son instructed to him, "Now, father, untie the king." The scholar became furious and cried in desperation, "You fool, don't you see that I am bound? Can a man himself who has been tied up untie the bindings of another man? Don't you understand that this is an impossible task?" The king said, quiet and respectful voice, addressing the young guru, "I understand, my master. One who is himself tied up in worldly affairs and bound by Maya cannot possibly free another man who is simultaneously tied up and bound. Those who have given the worldliness and gone beyond the world of Maya, who have attained freedom, they alone can set another man free. They alone can break the bondage of others." The author of this particular story is not known, but I hope you get something from this. Untie yourself so that you may untie others. You're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere with Candelo Kimbisa. I'm hoping you're enjoying this. I'll be right back.
Hemos quedado del agua, díjele, ya pegó pie, pa' que le mue, un un trabajo y cunuya. Ya hemos quedado del agua, monsieur.
Soy yo que de que ya voy a Oye, para que hagamos un trabajo ahora mismo.
Ote Musaú pumue mare. Ote Anaísa pumue danse. Kote me tres y lime sie. Ay kote tapia pumue due. Ay mujo. Se mueve de un sule la come sie. La société bonsoir. Samuel ya pegó pie. Nantes Rafaelito Messier.
Soy Jean Pegopie, que estoy en cabeza de mi caballo Rafaelito.
Bote van pumue danse. El kote Anaísa pumue danse. El kote me tres y lime sie. Kote tapia pumue bue. Bonsoir la société. Bonsoir. Kote Anaísa pumue danse. El kote me tres y lime sie. Muéale. Se mueve ya un pego pie Messier.
Dice el misterio que ya se va conforme. Que ya curó todos los equipos que habían aquí. Sí, ya me voy conforme.
That was Candelito y sus compadres with Hede Jose de Guagua. Yes, sir, everybody. I want to send a quick shout out to everybody that's listening to us live and the people that are listening to us through Facebook and, of course, YouTube and iHeartRadio and all those other places. I want to say hi, first of all, to Mr. Obatala, Miss Nicole, Miss Yvette from the MotownWitch.com. I want to say hello to Miss Crystal Athena Hubbard, who happens to be joining us today, Miss Chantel from Oh So Divine, Mr. Black Magic, how you doing, brother? Regina Holder, hi. Man, the line is full up. Everybody's in our chat room. If you want to join us in our chat room daily, we are on at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 11 o'clock Central Time. So please do join us each and every day. Well, I'm actually, let me start that over again. Please do join us when we do show up because I'm very busy and I'm trying to make it so I can do it every day. But if I can't do it every day, I definitely will do it every other day. Okay? So this is going to be something new we're going to implement on here because it's very hard for me to be on here 5 days a week with all the other things that we got going on. Well, I got to tell you, man, please do join us. When I say us, I mean Hulu, Zen, Moise, and myself, who are going to be in Conyers, Georgia on the third Sunday of January, on the third Sunday of this month. We're going to be visiting a little shop called Wicked Mojo, okay? Wicked Mojo, a little shop in Conyers, Georgia. Hoodoo Zen Moise is going to be giving a class on Voodoo 101 for the mere understanding of what Voodoo is and, you know, where it comes from and, you know, certain deities inside that pantheon of spirits. And I'm going to be giving a class on setting up and elevating ancestor spirits. How it was taught to me. Hopefully you guys will come by Wicked Mojo and check us out and greet us and say hello, maybe get a reading. And if you don't want to do that, just come by and say hi. I really want to see all my Atlanta peeps. It's been quite a while since I've been there. And Conyers, from what I hear, is very close to Atlanta. and never been to Conyers, Georgia. Been to some other places in Georgia, but never really to Conyers. So, hopefully you'll make this trip inviting for us, and we will definitely have a great time there. Let me tell you something. All the dates for the Conjure Galas are actually set. I just don't remember the dates right now, and I have to write them down so I can put them down, but I can tell you that we've already set up a date for Colorado. We've set up a date for Omaha, Nebraska. We set up a date for Salem, Massachusetts. So look forward to seeing us in all those places. When I say us, who do I mean by us? I mean Professor Charles Porterfield, Michelle Jackson, Beverly Smith, Hoodoo Zen Moise, Joyce Joycely has joined us. And another sister has joined us, which I cannot remember her name. Remember, the Mile High Conjure Gala. Go to the milehighconjuregala.com and check us out, man. There'll be a whole thing about what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing, and how we're going to be feeding you. So, guys, come on down and check us out. I got to tell you, I'm in the middle of setting up some stuff on my computer. So today I'm going to cut it just a little bit short. But while I do that, while I cut it a little bit short, I want to be able to play a little something for you. I know that the list has changed. The music list has changed dramatically. Well, what happens is, again, that I came in on Monday to do the show, and all the music was amazingly missing from my Spreaker broadcast table. So I had to start setting up the music again. So give us a couple of days while we set up all the music. That's a reason while I'm doing things in the morning and then doing readings later on. While you're at it, do yourself a favor and go by Kimbisa.org and check out my readings page and check out my availability. I'm still doing readings, yearly readings. So check us out and see what we got to offer at Kimbisa.org. Also see some of our sponsors like the Conjure Shop in New Orleans. Or check out all the people that come over here and say hi each and every day. Check out Hoodoo Zen Moise. Check out Star Casas at Conjure New Orleans. Check out Professor Porterfield. Check out, please check out Doc Beverly and Michelle Jackson. Check us all out, man. We got so much to offer. And, when you ask me who are the people I trust, are the people that ride with me in this caravan that we call the Conjure Caravan. Check us out. Look at our perspective pages. And if you live in and around any one of these places, do check us out. Check us out. It is imperative that you check us out. Also, the Ritual Craft, which is located in Denver, Colorado, also has videotapes of us giving classes. So go by the Ritual Craft. I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook page, and they have also now an online thing where you can see and purchase the classes that we give at the Conjure Galas. So guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up today. Remember, it's going to be one day yes, one day no from now on. So I'll be more consistent in being able to speak to you. Well, guys, you know who I am. I barely know who you are. So how do I know who you are? By liking and supporting this page. Like it, share it, give it to your people. And say hello once in a while. You know me, I am Candelo Kimbisa wherever you search it. Or check me out at Kimbisa.org. Guys, have a wonderful afternoon. And as always, may all the egos and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I sit, that's it. Salam alaikum, everyone.
Merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo, merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo, ebioso merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo huele a. Merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo, ebioso merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo huele a. Merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo, merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo, ebioso merevo timbo lo de, merevo timbo huele a. Merebotimbolote, merebotimbo, ebioso merebotimbolote, merebotimbo cuelea. Ah, merebotimbo cuelea. Ah, merebotimbo cuelea. Ah, merebotimbo cuelea. Pues Dios padece sale con lobo. Allá no padece sale, pues Dios padece sale con lobo. Allá no padece sale, pues Dios padece sale con lobo. Allá no padece sale, pues Dios padece sale con lobo.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere was brought to you by Kimbisa.org, Professor CharlesPorterfield.com, and the Mile High Conjure Gala.